Welcome to Repeatable Revenue, a show for online entrepreneurs, remote business builders, and those that are aspiring to be. I'm your host, Ray Green, and on this podcast, I'm going to share everything that I've learned and am learning about building my online business from a remote Mexican beach. All right, this may sound like a humble brag, but I'm telling you, from the outside looking in, I can usually tell how much solopreneurs or service providers, how much they enjoy their work, how much money they make roughly, like give or take, and whether or not they burn out a lot. And the wild thing is I can usually do it by looking at just one thing, and it's their ideal client profile. If you have an ideal client profile in place and you have it dialed in and it's really clear, you're going to get paid a premium to do high quality work that you like doing. And if you don't have one, everything that you do is going to feel 3, 5, 10 times harder, and it's going to be less rewarding because your business is really built around your ideal client, and your service is only going to be valued or valuable to the degree that you're solving your ideal client's problems. But there are hundreds, or thousands of potential client profiles that you can choose from. And if you don't get this criteria right, it's easy to go wrong. It's easy to build a business that is way harder than it ought to be or needs to be. And so what I'm going to do here is just share an ideal client profile checklist that you can use. It's 5 things that you can use to start narrowing in on who your actual target market is and build that business the way that you're going to get the maximum ROI. Okay. Now, the first thing on this checklist is they've got to have money to spend, right? Like I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs who on paper, all things told, like they should have a really great business. They were experts in their field. So they brought deep expertise and experience to a situation. They had a really good offer, and they really cared about serving an ideal client, right? And the challenge was their client, the ideal client that they built, and they didn't realize this as they're building it, but they didn't have any money to spend. And it's really disheartening because you can't serve without selling people. Like you can't serve anyone if they don't buy something, and they can't buy something if they don't have any money. The selling process, it starts to drag on. Your sales velocity slows down. You won't be able to get really good results with this audience because they can't buy your stuff. And you never, even if you do sell this audience, you never really make enough to buy back your time. So if you can avoid, and you can, defining an audience who doesn't have budget, doesn't have the ability, the capability to buy, then do that. All right. The second thing is you're an expert in providing what they need. Now, I've talked before about what I call the adequate work trap, and it's really easy to fall into, but you don't want to build a business around a client doing work that you're just okay at, right? Because if you're just adequate at it, if you're just okay at doing that work, you can never charge premium prices. And on top of that, that's where imposter syndrome and other things start to kick in when you're doing stuff that you can do, that you're okay at, maybe even you're good at, but it's not your superpower. Like you're not an actual expert. Instead, find an ideal client that you can serve as an expert. Like what is your domain authority? What is your superpower? I want you to be certain that you can deliver results for this client, because that certainty is going to come through in your messaging. It's going to come through in all of your marketing. It's going to come through in how you sell. It's going to come through in how you deliver services, and it's going to allow you to charge what you're worth. And your expertise becomes part of the positioning and your unique selling proposition. So avoid things that you're just adequate at. Don't define a profile or an ideal client profile that's going to lock you into doing work that you're just okay at. Find something that you're a real expert at. Okay. The third one, they're in pain. Now it's easier to sell painkillers than it is vitamins. And when you choose an ideal client that has pain, that they want to go away, they're feeling it right now, and they want that pain to go away, you're selecting a group of people that want to take action. You don't have to educate them on why this thing is a problem or how it can cause pain, or they don't have to be made aware of the fact that they're suffering. They already are. They feel it and they're ready to buy. They want to alleviate that pain. In other words, when your ideal client is in pain, you get to kind of preach or sell to the converted already, right? The fourth one is they're committed to a transformation. They're committed to taking some action. The fastest way to grow your business is to produce excellent results for your clients. And excellent results almost always it's some sort of transformation, right? You're moving them from point A to point B. They want something to change and they're committed to that change. When your ideal client is committed to making the most of your product, of your service, then you're also able to get case studies, right? But when clients pay you and they only half-ass the effort and they don't really commit to the transformation, they never really commit to getting from point A to point B. Yeah, you've made some money, but you haven't gotten results, and that's not going to help you get case studies, and that's not going to help you continue to level up on rates. If the results are like your case studies are going to be that's not going to help you with marketing. So if at all possible, and it is, when you're picking your ideal client or you're defining that profile, make sure it's somebody that's committed to getting the transformation that you're going to help them deliver, okay, or that you're offering. The fifth one is you can just deliver results quickly. Now, the faster you can deliver results, the faster you can leverage those results for more work. If it takes 18 months to deliver a transformation or to get some results, every new client, you're a year and a half out from getting any referrals, from getting any kind of case study, from getting a good testimonial that you can leverage. And just as dangerously, your productized service is going to be really slow to develop because you're not going to get the feedback loop that helps you with continuous improvement and iterate really quickly. Clients aren't going to be able to give you that feedback for months. You're going to find it hard to get the testimonials. It just slows down the entire velocity of everything. So pick an ideal client or build that profile with someone that you can help get results quickly. So you have certainty that you're going to get those results and you're going to get them quickly. So that's a checklist to get you started. Again, the first one is they've got money to spend. The second one is you're an expert in providing what they need. The third is they're in pain. The fourth is they're committed to the transformation. And the fifth is you can deliver results quickly. I hope that's helpful. Now go build that ideal client profile and the business that you really want. Adios.